Coming up right now, Australia makes a move when it comes to children and social media. Will the U.S. do the same?
Also coming up, Amazon's Alexa is giving The Simpsons a run for their money when it comes to predicting the future and when the world might end.
And later, and word, just two New Jersey giants could be joining forces in the world of reality TV.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English on this lovely Daily Flash.
Yes, welcome everybody. So we talk a lot about airplane travel and airplane etiquette on this show. And of course, it's the holidays and things get a little bit messy. There is an airline stewardess has come forward. She says, look, there are certain things that people should be arrested for. And of course, she's saying that kind of tongue in cheek, once you're 30,000 feet up in the air. So she says, always cover your mouth if you cough or sneeze on the plane. Do not take your shoes off if you don't have socks on.
Yeah, well, that's gnarly. I've got the slip-on shoes, you know, with the back that goes down, so I can kind of put them on top of the shoes.
Okay, all right. She also says, do not get wasted on the plane and then act inappropriately.
Yeah, you don't want to be rolled off in a wheelchair. Luckily, it never got that bad.
Don't try and join the Mile High Club.
I can't even fit in there by myself.
It's
like,
hard
I don't
to
know how
imagine.
people do that.
Yeah, two people in there. Don't eat smelly food on the plane.
Okay, yeah, don't bring your Burger King on from when we were at the gate. That is just mean.
I know.
I hate that. I really, you had 2 hours to eat it.
I sat next to somebody who brought Thai food on the plane.
Oh.
I mean, I love Thai food, don't get me wrong, but in a small airplane cabin, it's not the best
And when
thing.
you know you're not getting Thai food, you're getting, a little cracker.
Exactly. She also says you're not supposed to recline seats on a day flight.
I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Because they're so tiny for me anyway.
Yeah,
6'2", 210.
you need a
and
little
for me, it's like the
room.
minute that ding goes off, it's...
Yeah, you go for it. And she also says do not obsess with small talk with a stranger.
No, don't even talk to me. The headphones are on. I'm watching whatever I want to watch. Just leave me alone. I don't need your story.
I just saw a report that Southwest is going to limit when you can recline your seat on their flights.
I don't understand that.
Because I think they're trying to curtail any sort of argument or fighting. It's one more thing to try and get people just to sort of behave and be pleasant on flights.
The one thing I can't stand are the people that have to use your headrests to get themselves up out of the chair.
Yeah.
So you're in like a nice little twilight, you're zoned out, and all of a sudden someone just rips back on it.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Why?
The other thing I like too is when somebody takes that tray table as if they're going to yank it off the back of your chair. That's always really pleasant.
Here's a pro tip too. So the armrest on the outside,
Yeah.
you guys know that goes up.
Yeah.
Right? So when you're getting out in the aisle, you don't
Yeah.
have to fight over that
There
last
you
rail.
go.
And I did that on the last flight. My wife looked at me like, that does that? I'm like, it's always done that to
Shocker.
get out of the seat a little better.
Yeah.
Now, if you're flying to Australia, that's a heck of a flight, so
Yeah,
get
no
ready for this.
kidding.
Australian lawmakers passed a bill that would ban children younger than 16 years of age from using social media. The bill would make platforms including TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, and X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and Instagram liable for fines of up to $33 million if they fail to uphold the age restrictions. Platforms would not be allowed to require users to provide any sort of ID, which companies say is necessary to meet the age restrictions. The social media giants say the Australian House rushed the vote and didn't take a number of factors into consideration. YouTube and its parent company Google will be exempt because both are used in schools. Australia will start testing out ways to enforce the social media minimum age law in January.
I think that's the real tricky question. How are you going to enforce this? Because kids will find a way, regardless of their age, to have some kind of social media account.
It was like when, back in my day, when they tried to restrict anybody from using Napster and stuff, and they set up these, people getting arrested and stuff. They'll make an example out of one or two just to scare parents from doing it. And especially if you're not going to have to show your ID.
Yeah.
You know, we have some states in the U.S. now that require you to show an ID for some adult sites.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm not giving you my ID.
But I still don't understand, like, so they're demanding that you can't be younger than 16 to have a social media account, yet they're not allowing any of these companies to say, I'm going to need some sort of ID to verify your age. None of this makes sense. It almost seems as though this is a way for them to either take down the social media companies, allow people to sue them, and then I don't understand why Google and YouTube are excluded from this.
And that's mostly what I binge on anyway. I'm not on Facebook really that much anymore. So I mean, yeah, they're still going to get their stuff. I'm hoping we're kind of doing this with AI now. When social media came along, we let it get out of the bag all around the world, not just here, not just in China, not, all over the world, way too quick before we realized what we were letting out there. And there's no way to put that back in the box.
The genie is out of the bottle, so to speak. Is the end of America just a few years away? Take a listen.
The country's... What happens to America on February 20th, 2031?
On February 20th, 2031, the United States of America ceases to exist.
Okay, so according to one Amazon Alexa device, the fall of the U.S. will occur in less than a decade. A content creator posted video of the virtual assistant making the disturbing prediction on her socials. The user said the creepy answer only occurred on one occasion and that her home device no longer gives the same response. Instead, she claims her brand new Alexa only responds with, I don't know this one. Earlier this year, Amazon was under fire by Donald Trump's campaign after Alexa provided pro-Kamala Harris answers and anti-Trump responses. At the time, the tech giant said it was a software error.
Right, software error. You mean somebody sitting in a room going click, click, click,
Yeah,
click, click.
I'm not sure about this one because if it only happened once and only on her Alexa, but never again.
I'm hoping maybe Alexa was, I mean, we know they're listening. The devices are listening. It was listening to her TV and maybe it picked up on something.
And she just happened to record it at that particular moment.
I will tell you though, I was freaked out over the, what was it, the Mayan calendar thing that we had in 2012 that they thought the world was coming to an end.
Okay, I missed that one.
Oh yeah, no, I was freaking out over that one. And then
You bought that one?
Oh, I bought that one. I was like, well, they got everything else right. And this one, maybe, but
okay.
I mean, that still would freak me out. Like, wait, what?
It's a little disturbing.
I mean, and the Simpsons were, they get all that stuff right.
Of course.
Well, it looks like the fans of Jersey Shore and Real Housewives of New Jersey could soon get a TV twofer. The cast of the MTV show was spotted filming for a new episode of Jersey Shore Family Vacation with several housewife cast members. A recent clip shows Snooki chatting with Melissa and Joey Gorga. They are seen exchanging a few words before saying their goodbyes. In addition to Melissa and Joe, Jersey newcomer Danielle Cabral was also with the cast and crew. The reality star sighting comes after Real Housewives of New Jersey was placed on pause so producers could explore a possible reboot. Insiders say that season 15 of the Bravo series won't return until 2025.
Wow, it's almost 2025, so we're getting
close.
close.
It's one of those crossovers, when like your favorite sitcom did one of those.
Yeah.
They're doing one with Abbott Elementary and It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia for an episode this year.
Okay.
It's always like, I don't know if I like them being in the same world.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I'm not sure how these two TV universes meld together. In the reality world, I could see it because that kind of makes sense, but when it comes to sitcoms, I almost feel like you shouldn't do that.
I'm just amazed that Jersey, I mean, I get the housewives, they can change them out, and everything, but the Jersey Shore people are still relevant to this day.
Kind of shocking, isn't it?
And I thought Snooki had her stuff, kind of together and all that. And then she kind of went off again. Then she comes back. Then she fell over at the beach. Like it's back and forth with them.
Our producer Hugo just said Jersey Shore debuted 25 years ago.
Oh wow!
Did you say that?
That hurts my feelings.
That's a little shocking.
The only time I ever watched a whole series of that was when we were stuck in New York for a blizzard, and they had Jersey Shore Miami, and I watched a whole day of it, and I just was like, I feel dumber.
Yeah.
I don't feel right.
Well, and what is it? What's the MTV, The Challenge?
Yeah.
That show has been on since the dawn of time.
I think Road Rules is still a thing. I don't know.
I don't know either, Matt. My goodness. Well, twice divorced Jennifer Garner is offering some marriage advice. This is interesting. The 52-year-old actress shared these words of wisdom from her mom. Don't marry a man thinking you can change him. Garner was previously married to Scott Foley and then Ben Affleck. As for her time with Affleck, Jennifer admitted back in 2016 that Ben was a complicated guy. The pair hooked up on the set of Daredevil. Affleck is in the midst of a second divorce after his recent split from Jennifer Lopez.
I've heard that about Ben Affleck. He's got his demons. He had a really bad gambling problem for a bit that he got under control. And then we saw that video where she was picking him up drunk at his house to take him to rehab while he was eating a burger in the back seat.
That's right.
But I mean, they've got kids together, so I guess she still feels like, because he went off after Batman didn't do great for him. That's when he kind of spiraled again.
Yeah.
But he's been to rehab a few times.
And I think they just spent the holidays together, Thanksgiving together, all of them as a family.
Well, there were those rumors she was going to get back with him after the J-Lo divorce, and that Jennifer was a problem within the J-Lo marriage because she kept coming around. He's like, well, we got kids together.
Right.
They're in their like teens, and it's going to happen.
And J-Lo has kids from other marriages.
Oh, yeah, J-Lo's got all the kids. Now she got Diddy problems too. So I mean, she's got all the problems.
All right, stay with us. We're going to talk about holiday spending and how to avoid debt this time of year. It can be tough and it's easy to overdo it. We're back right after this. Welcome back to Daily Flash. Holiday spending is on the rise, and while this may be good for retailers, it can spell financial trouble for consumers who do not plan properly. Joining us now with some tips on how to avoid holiday debt is money-saving expert Andrea Warrock. Andrea, welcome back to Daily Flash.
Thank you so much for having me today.
This is a tough time of year for many because we're all trying to balance a budget, but we're also looking at spending for the holidays. You've got 5 money tips for us. Let's start with the first one. You say think beyond gifts when setting a budget.
Right. When people think about the holidays and setting a budget and managing their money, their mind usually goes towards all the gifts they have to buy. But there are so many smaller expenses that can creep up this time of year. And if you don't plan for those, that's what can put you over budget and send you into debt. And this could be anything from family photos to greeting cards and the postage to send those greeting cards to loved ones. It could be extra groceries for your holiday parties, new holiday attire, maybe extra babysitting services so you could go shopping or go to your various seasonal events. And again, this just all adds up if you don't plan for it. So a good place to start would be to look at your spending from last holiday season. You can look at your credit card statements from then, your bank statements to figure out all the different things you plan to spend, you typically spend on, and then you can adjust what maybe you don't need. And maybe this also means cutting back on gifts. Ultimately, when you do have a plan with your finances, you could use a budgeting app. I also like using a gift tracking app like Santa's Bag. This will allow you to set a budget per person, see how much you actually spend through the season to avoid going overboard.
Oh, that's a great idea. You also say it's important to have the gift talk. What is the gift talk?
Exactly. I mean, I think a lot of us get into traditions with family and friends. We really don't talk about how much we're spending, what we're buying, who we're buying for. And we get into these routines and habits that maybe really aren't necessary to celebrate the season. And what I mean by that is giving gifts, exchanging gifts. Maybe you could set new expectations this year, meaning we focus just on the children, or maybe you set up a secret Santa exchange with family and friends, or maybe you just spend time together with your friend group rather than buying each other gifts. The chances are that a lot of people feel the same way, that a lot of people are struggling, don't need to spend a lot on gifts. And this could also be setting gift budgets for your friends or your family. Maybe you only spend 20 instead of more. So ultimately, just having that gift talk is really important to set those expectations.
You also suggest consider the slow shopping trend.
Yeah, so I don't know if you've ever seen TikTok's various money trends this year. There was girl math, there was loud budgeting, and also slow shopping. Slow shopping is a really great strategy to use during the holidays. This ultimately encourages you to think through each purchase. If you come across a deal, rather than adding it to your cart, think about it before buying. Give yourself plenty of time to think through the purchase so you're mindful and you're not buying things you don't need, leading to buyer's remorse and possibly debt. This also gives you time to look for coupons. You could go to a site like couponcabin.com, see if they have any deals that will be coming out or dropping later so that you could apply it to your cart to stack savings and get more money off your purchases. Also, maybe using Fetch Shop, which is a web extension that allows you to earn points for all your various online purchases, rack up those points, and then buy a gift for yourself or a loved one for less because you can redeem those points for gift cards. So think about that.
We have about a minute left. I'm going to combine the last two. You suggest transferring credit card balances and also cashing in on clutter and unwanted gift cards.
Yes, if you're going into the holiday season with debt, you don't want to dig yourself deeper into debt. So look for a balance transfer card. These offer up to 21 months with no interest piling up. So this could get you through the holiday season to avoid additional fees. And then in the new year, you could commit to a good debt repayment program and really get those balances down. This is also a good time to declutter, and you can make some money on your clutter before the new gifts come into your home, and then use that money to pay off your gifts. So you could use sites that actually pay you upfront cash, like ThredUp, to sell unwanted women's clothing and kids' clothing. Declutter.com is a site that will buy your old smartphones and other tech. And then if you have any unwanted gift cards, you could go to cardcash.com. They'll pay you up to 92% of the value of those gift cards. I also wanted to leave you with this. If you have a credit card, make sure you're earning cash back for the stores you're planning to shop at. This could be a good time to get a new credit card, like the Target Red Card gives you 5% off every purchase, or the Bread Cashback American Express card gives you an unlimited
Andrea,
2%
we're going to have to leave it right there. For more information, please visit AndreaWarrock.com.
All right, thank you there, AJ. And then there's this. Listen, we are now in the holiday shopping season, folks, and it's shaping up to actually look like a blockbuster. Experts say that retail sales for November and December are set to jump 5.7% to a whopping $885.7 billion. Cha-ching! Want a piece of that festive pie? Well, our friends at PayPal's got the scoop on 4 holiday shopping personalities to help those reel in those shoppers, whether they're clicking, add to cart, or just cruising the aisles. First up, we got the bargain hunters, okay? 40% of you are bargain hunters. You prioritize deals and promos like Black Friday. Bargain seekers also are likely to be DIYers and crafty types. They're also the ones that hate extra fees like shipping and handling, so keep that in mind. Next up is 27% of you early birds. We all have those friends who seem to be finishing their holiday shopping before Thanksgiving. The early birds are defined as those who finish shopping at least 1 month in advance. Next up, 16% are last-minute shoppers. And we all know the type. The last-minute bandit does their holiday shopping the week or the day before the holidays. The last-minute bandits can't be bothered to hit the sales or Black Friday events. They just always put off their holiday shopping until the last possible minute. Then it's on the other side, the rest of you. 16% are year-round gatherers, people who spread it out throughout the year and buy presents. Wow, Lord knows where they find places to hide all those gifts, but somehow they manage. So which one are you? Are you, well, let's buy it now? Are you buying it throughout the year? Hey, we'd love to know. We still got more Flash coming up. We're talking about Gladiator. It's in theaters. We're doing Screen Chatter.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson. It is Thursday, which means it's time to check in with Tony Toscano to find out what's coming out of Hollywood and straight to your screen, no matter what size you watch it on. With the latest, here's Tony.
In selected theaters is the sequel to Gladiator, aptly titled Gladiator 2.
It is an art, choosing gladiators. They're usually prisoners of war.
Claim this city for the glory of Rome.
After his home is conquered by the tyrannical emperors who now lead Rome, a gladiator is forced to enter the Colosseum and must look to his past to find strength to return the glory of Rome to its people. The film stars Pedro Pascal and is directed by Ridley Scott.
It was successful, but it kept growing and it stayed. After a while, I started to think about, well, one really should think about a sequel. And that we tried 5 years ago, and it defeated us. And then it restarted the engine about 2 years ago, actually. I think 2 years ago. I suddenly had this very simple idea that why not, let's do this, why not follow the demise of Lucius and where he went to, because he was the one living factor from the original film.
Gladiator 2 is a mediocre and lackluster film that's only a pale shadow of the original, with nothing to elevate it to the level it needed to be. Again, Gladiator 2 is in theaters now and gets a C. It's rated R. Also in selected theaters is the movie musical Wicked Part 1. It's based on the hit Broadway show.
Are people born wicked? Or do they have wickedness thrust upon them? You're green.
I am. Welcome, new students, to Shiz University, Miss Elphaba. You can room with Miss Galinda.
Popular. I know about popular. Oh, I saved you some space, by the way.
Do you really think this is fair?
I do not. I was promised a private suite. But thanks for asking.
In this prequel to The Wizard of Oz, Elphaba is a misunderstood young woman because of her green skin, and Galinda is the most popular girl at Shiz University in the land of Oz. The two meet and become friends. The film stars Ariana Grande, Cynthia Erivo, and Michelle Yeoh.
These sets that you were on were massive. What was the first set you filmed on?
Was the first thing we saw was
our dorm room.
That was
very special.
Yeah, but intimate.
Intimate, yeah. But even there, like every single detail the books were all written in our character's point of view. Like every single picture had a picture in it. Every frame and every piece.
Yeah. It was all picked for us. All the set designers and the prop masters really paid great attention to what these women would need in their spaces, and it meant a great deal.
So thoughtful.
And then you move out to Shiz, and it's just huge, and there's a running moat with water in it, and there's a stairway up into the very top of Shiz. It just was insane.
Talk to me a little bit about your role as headmistress Morrible.
Oh my God, Madame Marble. She is very complex, very regal, very commanding. And well, she has to be, right? Because she oversees this incredible University of Shiz, where she's trying to find her magical pupil.
Wicked is a wonderfully executed big screen musical that will not disappoint. It's wildly entertaining, bright and colorful, and has an exceptional cast. Check it out on the biggest screen possible. It gets an A and is rated PG. For the Daily Flash, I'm film critic Tony Toscano.
Hey guys, welcome to your Daily Digits this week. Your first digit is a cheesy one, and it's $20,000. A single Cheeto Puff taped to a wall just sold for $20,000 on eBay. The art was signed by Chester Cheetah himself and was named Mischief. The mystery buyer also scored a lifetime worth of Cheetos. The puff piece was inspired by the duct tape banana that recently sold for $6 million at auction, and then the guy ate it. So I don't know, do you eat the Cheeto? I don't know, it's a $20,000 Cheeto. Then you're gonna have to lick your fingers and it's gonna be a whole thing. What if it's extra cost if you lick your fingers? Like it's like continued bonus. All right, well, your next number today is 422, as in $422 million at the box office. It was a record-breaking weekend for the Thanksgiving. Ticket sales during the Thanksgiving holiday weekend hit a new record thanks to Wicked, Gladiator 2, and Moana 2. Moviegoers shelled out $422 million at the box office during the 5-day holiday stretch. The previous record was $315 million, set back in 2018. So those numbers are definitely coming back after the pandemic. And your next number is 2027. That's the year Disney plans to open their newest resort. The Disney Lake Shore Lodge is set to open in 2027 and has been a 10-year project for Disney. They'll definitely be happy to get something where River Country Water Park used to be.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everyone, I'm Matt Doolittle in for Mitch English.
And I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment. We were talking about Jersey Shore, and our camera guy Braden said it came out in 2009.
It makes me feel a little better.
A little bit better. So it would be 15 years instead of 25. Although some people would argue it feels like 25 years we've been indulged and exposed to reality TV.
It's nuts, but they still keep making money, and the shows are still good.
Exactly.
So I know we brought it up a couple days ago, and it's been in the news that Muppet Vision 3D is going away at Disney.
Okay, man.
So my wife and I decided to take a trip out to the parks this last weekend, and I will tell you, I sat there and cried so hard at the end of that show because I don't know when I get back. They haven't announced when they're going to close it, although the rumors are it's going to be sometime mid next year.
Yeah.
But it's still like, I've been coming to this since I was a kid, like literally 7 years old, and this is the last thing Jim Henson ever directed. And they've got a Jim Henson like Muppet portrait up in there. And it's like, I'm wondering how long though until people start stealing stuff from there.
Well, now are they going to move it somewhere else? Or are they getting rid of it altogether?
The talk right now is they're getting rid of it altogether because they're repurposing that area at Hollywood Studios for Monsters, Inc. They're making that a whole Monsters, Inc. Pixar area, which makes sense. It's over there where the Pixar land is with all the Toy Story stuff. But they have options to move it around in Hollywood Studios. It's just not going to have that same big theater feeling in there. And they just did a huge upgrade to the theater like a year or so ago, and now they're getting rid of it. And I get it. They got to make stuff new, and you know, a lot of kids don't even know who the Muppets are, and the guy that does Kermit's voice now is just not good.
Isn't it Jim Henson's son that does that?
No, it used to be, and him and Disney had a falling out, so they went and got somebody else, and that's so good. But yeah, I'm hoping they repurpose it. The Jim Henson family like released a statement saying, "Hey, we know, and we're hoping that they'll move it somewhere. It's been digitized, it's been saved, but it was just one of those nostalgia things where you walk in and go, stop destroying my childhood."
I know. It's so fun you get attached to stuff. You had mentioned the Jim Henson documentary, which I watched on Disney Plus.
It's
oh
absolutely
my God,
amazing.
It's fantastic.
I mean, the only and it's rare that you get a genius like that. And he was a genius for what he did. It doesn't seem to have a demon in his past. Maybe he was kind of a distant father because he was working so much. I think that's one of the main things you get out of it is that he was living in London where they were producing a lot of the stuff, or New York, and he was always working and working and working, and that's actually what ended up killing him. Was he had pneumonia and wouldn't go get it checked because he was working. And but yeah, that you rarely see something. It's like him and Mr. Rogers are the only two pure souls because it's always like, oh, he was a great man. He invented all this stuff. Have you seen the thing about him and hookers? Like, it's always something comes up and you're like, oh no.
When it comes to these idealized creators and big thinkers. Australian lawmakers passed a bill that would ban children younger than 16 years of age from using social media. The bill would make platforms including TikTok, Facebook, Snapchat, Reddit, X, and Instagram liable for fines of up to $33 million if they fail to uphold the age restrictions. Platforms would not be allowed to require users to provide any sort of ID, which companies say is necessary to meet those age restrictions. The social media giant says the Australian House rushed the vote and didn't take a number of factors into consideration. YouTube and its parent company Google will be exempt because both are used in schools. Australia will start testing out ways to enforce the social media minimum age law starting in January. This to me almost comes across as a bit of a money grab from Australia to the social media companies.
Yes.
Because if you're not allowing them to check ID, then how do you prove their age and restrict them from using your social media sites?
It also kind of feels like a play of, look, we're better than everybody. We're doing this before all the other countries, and we're going to implement it, and we're going to enforce it, which I don't see how you do. Every kid always lied on that thing. Are you X amount? Yeah, sure, I'm fine. You're not taking a picture of me, and how are you going to find out?
It's a little bit too late. The time for that, I think, is past.
Way
for
gone.
Sure. Let us know what you think. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com.
Yeah, and on there you can check out some of our behind-the-scenes clips. Sweet baby James walks around here all the time taking clips from there. And you can head over to our YouTube page where I have my own little show I do on there from the Daily Flash back room called Preview Review. Go into more of the theme park stuff like we were talking about and all the great movies coming out for the holidays.
Yeah, coming up next, we are diving into some Flash travel. We've got some terrific holiday travel tips for you coming up, so you do not want to miss that. No, stay with us. We're back right after this.
Hello, everybody. It's time for some air, land, and sea. It's time for some flash travel. All right, mark your calendars. According to a new Talker research survey, December 23rd is going to be the busiest travel day of the 2024 holiday season. And when it's time to head back, expect the most action to be happening on New Year's Eve, December 31st. Now, the poll of 2,000 holiday travelers reveals when to brace for the biggest crowds this season. But we have some great tips for you so that you'll be able to get exactly where you're going this holiday season. All right, if you're stuck in holiday airport chaos, how about an airport lounge? It could be your escape if you plan ahead. Experts warn, though, that lounges pack up fast during peak times, with lines so long they could actually outlast your delay. And here's an insider trick. Some lounges actually allow you to reserve a spot a day in advance. So if you got a priority pass, fire up the app. Check to see if your airport lounge takes reservations and then lock it in before that rush starts. Good tip. And speaking of reservations, some airports will now allow you to reserve a spot in the security line all ahead of time. Look for your screen right now and you'll see that a list of airports that actually take TSA reservations. Think of this as kind of like a fast pass, but for airport security instead of roller coasters. It's separate from pre-check and the rules vary by airport, so check where it's offered and how early you can book. Beat the line, you can stroll to your gate like a pro. Here's a move. Book the first flight of the day. Sure, it's an early wake-up call, but morning flights are less likely to be delayed or even canceled. And if something does go sideways, you got a better chance of snagging a later flight. Pro tip, build in a buffer day to ensure that you arrive in time for those big holiday moments. And by the way, when you fly early in the morning, the weather is a little bit better, so if you don't like bumpy flights, flying early is your best choice. And here's a smart holiday travel tip. Stick to carry-on luggage. Not only are you going to skip the endless wait at baggage claim, but you'll also avoid the stress of lost luggage, which is no one's idea of holiday cheer. Plus, you'll breeze through the airport with everything you need right there on your side. Now, about those holiday gifts, leave the wrapping paper off and in your suitcase. TSA agents might need to inspect your items during screening, and if that happens, well, your perfectly wrapped presents could be, well, unwrapped. Even checked luggage isn't completely safe from this, as security checks can actually occur there too. Save yourself the hassle and wrap those gifts after you arrive. Not only will it keep your presents intact, but it'll also give you a chance to personalize them once you make it there to your destination, and you might be able to sneak a little extra stuff in there too. Nothing can dampen the excitement of a long-awaited vacation or much-needed getaway quite like the stress of airport transportation, right? Well, after enduring hours and hours of flights, the last thing you want to do is be met with long lines waiting for taxis or rideshare vehicles, especially during peak travel times. A far more convenient and stress-free approach is to pre-book your airport transfer. By reserving your ride in advance, you're going to be guaranteed a seamless transition from the moment you step off the plane. And not only will you avoid the hassle of last-minute scrambling, but you'll also secure a ride, even during high-demand periods. Many ride-sharing services actually offer priority booking and fixed pricing, ensuring a smooth and affordable journey to your final destination. Finally, just relax, man. Take it easy. It's the best tip of all. Stress-free travel can actually allow you to enjoy the journey, because what's the point of get away if you wind up, well, like a clock? Also, a clear and calm mind makes you sharper for last-minute changes and unexpected hiccups. And let's face it, vacations are supposed to recharge you and not leave you needing another break. So breathe, unwind, and soak it all in. You've earned it, right? Hey, you got a great, really cool holiday travel tip for the world? Well, you can let us know about it. We love to travel the world with you. Why not join us by commenting on our Facebook page? Just look for Flash Travel TV on Facebook and leave your comment. An even faster way is just to go to flashtraveltv.com. It's going to take you directly there. We love seeing the world. We want to see it with you. Air, land, and sea. It's Flash Travel. More after this.
'Twas the month of Christmas, and all through the Flash, the hosts were rehearsing as Matt took out the trash.
How is this my job?
The cameras were in place, the scripts handled with care. How come the good-looking voice guy never gets on air? Mitch in his necktie, Andrea in her dress.
Are we gonna shoot the show? I don't know, I guess.
The viewers were watching from all over the map.
You think your job's bad? I have to read this crap.
So wherever you watch us, TV, phone, or our site.
Happy holidays to all!
You had one line.
And to all, a good night.
Season's greetings from all of us at Daily Flash.
Hey, if you're still looking for that perfect gift, listen, we got you covered.
Oh, these are some great toy ideas. And Mattel has something for everyone this holiday season, whether you're shopping for the sports fan, the doll lover, or the avid video gamer in your life.
All right, let's start off first with the Fisher-Price Thomas & Friends My First Train Table. It stands over 25 inches tall and has 2 levels of track, a teeter-tottering bridge here, and so much more. Check this out.
Ooh, look at that.
Kids will actually love pushing along Thomas, of course, and sending him around the racetrack. Watch watch what happens. Very cool, right?
Fun. Okay, next up is Imaginext Jurassic World Attack Mode Dilophosaurus. Kids control the ferocious action of this dinosaur, which roars to life with light, sounds, and even projectile launching spitting action, Mitch. He's over 16 inches tall and inspires big-time Jurassic World imaginative play for preschoolers.
Really cool. Then we have Disney Moana 2, Moana's Adventure Canoe, which is ready to explore the sea and set sail with its 6 transforming play areas. The Moana small doll and her friend, Hi the chicken, come together on the almost 2-foot-long floating canoe. It's perfect for land, for sea, or the bathtub. Other accessories also include coconuts, oranges, and of course bananas.
That'll be fun.
Yep.
Also, check this out. Here we have Disney Pixar Toy Story Action Chop Buzz Lightyear. And we also have his buddy, Roundup Fun Woody. These large talking Buzz Lightyear and Woody figures will bring big thrills and laughter to fans of the Space Ranger. Kids can relive all their favorite Woody and Buzz scenes from the movie series with phrases coming directly from Buzz and directly from Woody.
There we go.
So cute.
Nice. And lastly, we have which I love, the Fisher-Price Rockin' Record Player. Now, young DJs are actually going to love picking out songs and play them from 5 colorful double-sided records. And they play 20 unique songs. And just like the real thing, the kids can place the player's arm and see the record spin on that turntable as it plays.
Yeah, and what I love, Mitch, too, is when you take this off, there's a little screeching
Makes a
sound.
noise,
Yeah.
just like the real thing.
So
Very
fun.
cool.
All right, here's what you do. Head over to shop.mattel.com to learn more about the must-have toys of the season for the whole family. I'll take one of each.
It's because kids are going to love this,
Right?
especially the dinosaur.
I'm not sure which one's my favorite. I love them all.
I think I'm going to play with this guy.
You like
all
the
day.
Dilophosaurus.
It kind of looks like me if you think about
like
it.
Woody and Buzz. The holidays can be difficult for refugee children and their families adjusting to life here in the U.S. To help, Global Refuge is running its Hope for the Holidays campaign. Here's more.
We are the largest faith-based national nonprofit dedicated to serving immigrants coming to the United States. And our work is really focused on helping those who are fleeing the most dire of circumstances, who are coming here, who are joining our workforce, who are becoming our neighbors as they settle in, to ensure that they don't just survive but really thrive as new Americans. So Hope for the Holidays is a favorite tradition at Global Refuge. This is our 10th annual edition, and it's a campaign where we send cards, and we want to send them messages just to make sure they know that they are not alone, that they are supported, and a key part of this is making sure that the kids have toys around the Christmas holiday. For viewers who are interested in learning more, they can go to globalrefuge.org, where you can download our Hope for the Holidays toolkit and be a part of this exciting effort.
Well, the national lead trainer for Planet Fitness, Teddy Savage, he's joining us to share how members can actually save big during Perks Fest. Hey there, Teddy.
Thanks for having me. I'm excited to talk about Perks Fest. It is a special time of the year for Planet Fitness because it allows us to give all of our Planet Fitness members unlimited access to exclusive discounts to everyday popular brands that they already know and love. I'm talking about access to SeatGeek, HelloFresh, Expedia, Hotels.com, Apple TV Plus, and so much more. It's going on now through December the 6th, and we want everyone to know that the value of a Planet Fitness membership goes so far beyond just the 4 walls of our gyms. As a matter of fact, collectively, our members have saved more than $7.6 million through the Perks program, which shakes out to be about $53 per redemption. So I want everyone to feel excited about this because it is truly the gift that keeps on giving. If you're already a member, the great news is you can take advantage of Perks Fest right now just by going to the Planet Fitness app, and your discounts are right there at your fingertips. But if you're not a member just yet, don't worry about it because becoming a member could not be easier. You can go to any one of our 2,600 plus locations nationwide, download the free Planet Fitness app, or go to planetfitness.com, and there you can sign up for one of 2 memberships. The first one is our Classic Card, and it's only $15 a month. The next one is a Black Card membership, and that one comes with a whole host of benefits, like all access to any one of our locations nationwide. You can bring your workout buddy with you for free, and that one is only $24.99 a month. So don't wait, don't walk. I want you to run into your nearest Planet Fitness location or go to our website at planetfitness.com. Become a member so that you can get access to all of those great, amazing discounts through our Perks program this holiday season.
Country superstar Martina McBride is helping performers reclaim their dreams. It's Magnolia Network's Second Chance Stage. Here's more.
What would you do with a second chance at your dreams? On Magnolia Network's Second Chance Stage, contestants get back into the spotlight for their second chance after putting their dreams on pause. And who better to guide them than country music superstar Martina McBride?
I've been fortunate enough to live my dreams, getting to make music, touring the world. And that's why I'm so excited to help these performers, singers, dancers, comedians, you name it, get the chance they deserve. They are incredible talent with incredible stories, and I can't wait for the world to see them.
Joined by Taye Diggs and Heidi Gardner, Martina leads a team of judges ready to cheer on these dreamers. With 14 studio albums, 2 greatest hits compilations, and 1 live album, she's rarely had a time out of the spotlight. Still, she loves highlighting new artists and performers, especially women and those facing career adversities.
Sometimes all it takes is a second chance to make a lifetime of dreams come true.
Don't miss Magnolia Network's Second Chance Stage, premiering Thanksgiving Day on Max.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time, and if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites, and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. A showbiz survivor looks back on her life and career. This is today's must-watch movie, the Liza Minnelli documentary. Liza, a truly terrific, absolutely true story.
Gather around, I got a story to tell.
Tonys, a Grammy, an Emmy, even an Oscar. She has done it all.
She has achieved that rare status where only a first name is necessary.
The one and only Liza.
You thought I didn't see you now, didn't you?
Born to Hollywood royalty.
Vincenti Minnelli. Superstar Judy Garland.
I thought, Mama, she's never gonna pass.
Her fight was to find who she was. She didn't want to be a mother.
Her mother's passing was a catalyst.
A period of incubation.
She found friends and mentors who helped her.
He gave her an entire sense of self.
There was so much expected of her.
She had the thing that you can't teach.
She blossomed. Everybody wanted to be with Liza. Everybody wanted her at their parties.
She's hot, she's sexy, she's weird, and she had that fierceness and so much vulnerability.
How you doing?
Terrific. Fine. I feel wonderful about love. Excuse me. Because I wanted it to be like it was in the songs. That last husband of hers, I was at the wedding. Oh my God.
Legendary actress and singer Liza Minnelli has checked into rehab.
I was very worried.
How lucky I was to have gone through all of the bad stuff that I've gone through because it prepared me for the rest of my life.
If the public sees Liza as a barrel of sequins and glamour, they've got her wrong.
She wanted to consume the fullness of life. I don't think she has any regrets.
She lived quite a few lives. Sounds like an interesting
Yes.
documentary. Well, from all of us, thank you for spending your time with us here.
Yeah, be good, everybody. Head to our website, dailyflashshow.com, for more info.